Here on Lowly TV, we are yeeting the regular schedule out the window, for a night of smiles, even though he doesn't have a schedule in the first place.
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my best friend, the age my cat was. I told you 1,000 times, Chester. The number of blind dates I've been on when no one turned up.
Ooh, day 126. The time. Okay. Oh.
Winston! Lovely of you to volunteer for an all-nighter. I'll be with you for the first section, but then I'm off. Tickets for Smiling Toots Johnson.
Oh, Dime Machine.
Yes, Fandango. Usual stuff for this one. Keep the show on the road and keep the edit snappy. Should be a big night.
Oh, okay.
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one has turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart married my best friend, the age my cat was when I ran him over, the number of conversations I've had with my father, and the exact time my mother walked out. Honestly,
Okay,
I don't see
nerd.
why it's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host will be with you shortly.
The host will be with you.
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
Leave
Oh.
that alone, please, Colin.
I don't like it. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What does science?
Don't like it.
What doesn't Colin like?
Science,
Oh.
apparently.
Oh.
Good job there's none here then.
Jeremy, this is Dr. Charles Magnus.
Is he though? Jeremy Dawson, professional cynic.
All the best minds are.
He's just being modest. He's
Oh.
also a curmudgeon.
Having a word of the day calendar.
Sorry, late
Oh.
phone call. Professor Magnus.
Doctor, apparently.
Either is fine.
10
Unless
seconds,
you mean
everybody.
surgery.
I beg your pardon.
Lovely to have you.
Going in 5,
Oh.
4, 3.
Oh.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 13th of March, 1985,
Okay,
and
it's
this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your national nightly news team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Chantlebury, Dr. Charles Magnus and his optimistically named Happiness Collective have been working on a secret project.
Oh, you're working on a
They claim
secret
their
project?
Euphoria device will raise overall
Ooh.
happiness levels throughout
Oh,
the country.
okay.
Tonight, live on Channel 1, we'll be putting that claim to the test.
We'll be in and out the schedule throughout the evening with our team of reporters standing by up and down the country to report live on whether the device has brought a smile to your faces.
We'll have guests from the world of science, politics, and entertainment, and of course,
Okay.
those all-important results.
So don't move that dial, stick with Channel 1 all evening as we bring you The Night of Smiles.
Okay. Oh, the happiness effectively. That's so.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will
the
be
impressive
activated in
machine.
the first ever
Yeah.
mass experiment of its type.
Okay.
But first, let's meet the man behind the merriment, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. You're the leader of the Happiness Collective, as I understand it.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Rose
So
camera
how's that
shy.
work?
Ha.
The leader of a collective.
Well, I suppose...
Dr. Magnus, how does your Euphoria device work?
Oh,
Oh,
but
that's simple. I just get my assistant Chester to push the big red button.
Yes, but what does it actually do?
Oh.
It makes people happier, Mr. Donaldson.
How does it do
Yes,
that?
and how does it do?
Oh my
Well,
god,
some
bro,
of that
copy
information
me.
is proprietary, but I could try and explain the basics.
Oh, well, we've not got long now, Doc, so try not to get too into the weeds.
Well, to put it simply, everything is vibration.
Everything's
Everything
vibrate.
is vibrating.
Oh.
A particle is also a wave, and a wave is, if you like, a note. And we all vibrate at different notes depending on our mood.
Okay.
Happier people vibrate at a higher frequency than sad people, for example.
Is that true? How are we measuring that?
In music, there's a concept called resonance.
There
When a
is
note on a piano is played, corresponding strings also sound. They vibrate in resonance. Are you following me, sir?
Oh yeah, I am.
Yes, I have an O-level in music.
And physics?
Yes, in both.
Well, the euphoria
Okay, nice
device
flex,
works
bro.
in much the same way. The machine generates a note that represents happiness, and all the people and the animals resonate with that note and feel happy.
Okay.
Noticeably. Measurably. Well, at least that's the hope.
So, what you're saying is that for unprecedented amounts of public money, running into the tens of millions, you've built a giant piano that only plays one note.
Yes, but it's a very powerful note. And this is the only instrument that can play it.
There is less than a minute to go now, so while we go and get set up with Chester and yourself over at the Euphoria device, we can go live to the new Advanced
those
HQ
people,
for a
that's-
special message from the Prime Ministers, Peter Clement and Julie Salisbury.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Advance, Julie and I just wanted to wish all of you the very best of luck with tonight's groundbreaking experiment.
When this project landed on my desk, I just knew it deserved to be funded. After all, what could possibly be better than increased happiness?
Now, I'll admit, I was a little skeptical, but the lab results are promising, and I'm reliably informed it'll even work on Mrs. C.
So it's a big well done from us to Dr. Magnus and the entire team at the Happiness Collective.
So, as my old man used to say,
Back to the studio.
Fantastic, the Prime Minister's there, and of course, without the funding from the Assets and Wealth Fund,
We'd still be making prototypes out of sticks.
Okay.
and you are Chester.
Chester Mims, 24. My allergies include nuts, macrame furniture, and liquids with a viscosity over 200 centipoise.
Probably
I've been
allergic to
Dr. Magnus's
liquids.
assistant for...
3 very long years.
Yes, he called me his right-hand man.
I do not.
Well, that's enough lab banter for now. Let's see if this ridiculous contraption actually works, shall we?
Yes, I think we can get a counter on
Oh.
the screen. And we're going in 10, 9, 8, 7. Come on, Jeremy.
6, 5, 4,
Oh no.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no. Oh. Oh no.
Winston, I can sense movement down there. I know you're stuck in this with me. Now, it's just a guess, but I think time itself has frozen. However, when it did, this press in case of emergency button the scientist gave me started flashing. And I think it corresponds with the one you have down there in the broadcast room, on that weird-looking machine to your left. I'll press mine now.
That
Let's see if
one.
that gets yours working.
Okay. I can still switch cameras. That's hilarious. I can just switch the cameras anyway. Ooh. Ooh, okay. The time loop again. That's so funny.
Winston, lovely of you to volunteer for an all-nighter. I'll be with you for the first section, but then I'm off. Got tickets for smiling Coach Johnson and his jazz fandango. Does this all seem a little familiar to you, Alex?
It does.
For the last
They
few
actually.
hours, I've been having a weird sensation of deja vu.
Ooh.
Strange.
Ooh.
Maybe I need a snack? Well, good luck with the show.
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one has turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart
It's
married
the
my best
same
friend,
thing,
the age my
yes.
cat was when I ran him
That's
over, the
wonderful.
number of conversations I've had with my father, and the exact time my mother walked out.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't see why it's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just sit
Hang
here,
on,
please,
this
Dr.
is
Magnus,
extremely familiar.
It is, lol.
Not you.
Oh,
sorry.
lol.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
I don't like it. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What does science?
I don't like it.
What doesn't Connor like?
Science, apparently.
Oh, good job there's none here then.
Jeremy, this is Dr. Charles Magnus.
Is he though? Jeremy Dawson, professional cynic.
All the best minds are.
He's just being modest. He's also a curmudgeon.
Having a word of the day calendar.
Oh, sorry I'm late. Phone call. Professor Magnus.
Doctor, apparently.
Oh.
Either is fine.
10 seconds,
Unless you mean
everybody.
Cedric.
I beg your pardon.
Lovely to have you.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March, 1985, and this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your National Nightly News team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Templebury, Dr. Charles Magnus and his optimistically named Happiness
Okay,
Chemical
we are
have been working on
definitely
a
doing the same thing again.
They claim their
And I didn't know it was the
will
first
raise
time.
overall happiness
Much as I hate to
levels
admit
throughout
it,
the
because,
country.
and I want to make this
Live on Channel 1,
absolutely
we'll
clear,
be putting that
I
claim to the
hate
test.
science fiction.
Oh, okay, he hates
Something
science
has
fiction.
gone wrong with the chronological order of reality, and we appear to be
on whether the device
repeating
is
ourselves.
going to
If only there were a name for such a
from the world
phenomenon.
of science,
When
politics,
time
and
seems to
entertainment,
be
and of
looping.
course those
There
all-important
must be some
results.
sort of
So don't
snappy.
leave that dial, stick a channel on or anything.
Can't think of
We'll bring
anything.
you
Maybe
great
it'll come to
nights
me
and
later.
smiles.
Got it. We'll call this a time loop. Brilliant name, Robert. You've done it again. I should have that trademark. Yes, time loop. Time loop. Time. It's boring, isn't it, Winston? The event, I mean, not the name, which is snappy and totally original. But you know, this, just watching the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching the same thing.
Winston, I have a big red button up here. I'm going to push it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. It. Oh.
Ah, it's made your big button light up.
Sure
Push
did.
your big red button, Alex, and let's see what it does.
Okay, why would I do that if it's
The
gonna...
big button on the machine to your left. Turn left and press the button, Alex.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind you will be
should I do that?
activated in
Ooh. Oh no.
Okay, so your button also stops time. Interesting.
Ooh.
Right. We've all
Ooh.
read enough science fiction nonsense to understand what's happening here. We're clearly going to keep repeating this day again and again until we find a way to break the loop.
Oh.
God, I hope we don't have to go on a journey of self-discovery full of profound insights that lead to personal growth. I have a gig to get to. Leave this with me. I have a brilliant idea.
You have a...
Restart the loop by pressing that big red button again and leave the rest to me.
Restart the loop again. Okay.
Remember now, it's that big...
Yeah, okay, I know. That's... You gotta keep... The time loop again.
Ah, Winston, back with me now. While I was waiting for you to get back to me in the loop, I enacted the solution to our little time-getting-stuck conundrum. There is absolutely no way that button will be pressed again.
Oh.
So the loop won't repeat, and the ghastly problem has been nipped in the bud before anything too ridiculous happens.
Ooh.
I don't want to brag here, Alex, but the solution I found is as elegant as it is simple.
Okay.
A lesser mind would probably have struggled even to conceive of such a notion, but to me, Bob Bozeman, it was as obvious as wearing a tie on a Sunday afternoon. I have, and this is the brilliant part, unplugged the machine. Now, watch and learn.
I've told you 1,000 times. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm.
It's
the
different,
date my childhood
actually.
sweetheart married my best
Yeah, I
friend,
can
the
tell
age
it's
my cat
different.
was when I ran him over, the number of conversations I've had with my father,
And the exact time his mother walked out.
Honestly, I don't see why that's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host will be with you shortly.
It's all going to plan.
Oh.
Magnus.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
Something wrong here.
No, it's fine, Colin.
Wait, what?
Feel it? Is this like the day that you could feel that the mayor of Fiddleshire was some sort of bird
What
person?
No, this is different. Something's fizzy.
Fizzing? There's something fizzing.
Ah.
Oh.
Here we go.
No! My plan! It was foolproof!
Oh, you unplugged it.
Got this move.
Colin, no!
Oh. Oh. Holy crap.
I think it's fairly obvious that did not go to plan,
Oh.
but,
Okay.
no point dwelling on who's at fault. Let's focus on the task at hand. We'll look at the problem together this time, Alex, and I'm sure we'll come up with the solve. So, I've given you this newfangled pad of mine.
Newfangled,
The
what?
Happiness Collective. Hopefully you noticed it last loop. Apparently, when I write up here, you'll be able to see it down there,
Okay.
But as far as the science
Okay.
goes, it may as well be magic as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'll write down some ideas for plans, and if you just select them on your pad, I'll make sure we implement them for the next loop. Give it a go.
Alright, the subtitles are like delayed a little. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, interesting to have. Okay. Phone in a bomb. How is that supposed to help, huh? Alright, I'm gonna do phone.
No one's in the studio. They can't press the button. Simple. Right, I've pressed my button up here. If you're happy with your choice, just press your red button on the contraption to your left, and it should reset the loop for us.
Okay.
Then I'll get to work.
Okay. Alright. The time loop again and again and again. Ooh. Ooh.
I have to confess, Winston, I had a bit of fun with this one.
You
See,
had-
it had to be something serious enough to actually empty the
What's that
studio,
noise?
but not so serious that
I hear a
people would
noise in the
worry
background.
once they were safely away.
What?
And then my eureka moment.
Uh.
I put on a strange voice and called in a bomb threat. Brilliant, isn't it? They've evacuated the whole building.
Wait.
Now all we have to
What?
do is simply wait and...
What the? What the? There's someone like picking up trash. Is that the janitor? Okay, why is it so? There we go. Like the light bulb is so glowing. That's.
All we've done here is delay the inevitable, I feel.
Huh.
Won't they just come back up and press the button later?
Like, there's like an alarm going off. Like you literally, like, did you like bomb the place? What the?
Not to worry, we'll fix it for the next loop. Speaking of, is that your old replacement cleaning the studio now? I wonder if they'll clean the...
Oh, of course. Haha. Yeah, of course that happened.
Damn it. I'm going to fire that cleaner.
Oh.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the show then.
Cancel the show.
They
Boop.
can't press the button if they aren't doing the experiment. And I've got the perfect replacement show.
Oh, you got the perfect replacement show. Okay. Alright then. Cancel the show and you got a replacement show. Okay, day 126 a time loop.
I know what you're thinking, Alex. What possible merit
No.
could the Cat Football Cup have being on Channel 1?
Ooh,
And of
cat
course, the answer
football.
is they were available and it gets us out of this damn time loop.
Ooh.
No, they take it very seriously.
Of course they do.
Apparently,
Oh.
they hate each other.
Of course they
What are they talking
To
about?
empty the bad blood.
do. They sound like an awful rock album.
Cat
Sorry, I'm
football
late.
championship.
Verbal.
Apparently they hate each other.
They do.
Ooh.
They absolutely do hate each
Oh.
other.
Well, this should be fun.
Well, while I am glad that the pseudoscience has defected to Hammerman's lot on Channel 3,
What's
I
that
think
now?
those should be congratulated
Ooh.
on possibly finding something that's even worse.
Channel 3, that was in the last
I'm not a
DLC.
tech
Ho
I
ho.
always assumed you'd keep fish.
Domestic parasites.
10 seconds. What?
10
fish?
seconds.
No, all the
Oh.
hairy little terrorists.
That's what the crew call you.
Going in 5, 4.
Oh, we're doing that.
3.
Switching camera thing again.
Good evening, viewers of Channel 1, and welcome to this National Nightly News special event.
Tonight, for
Oh.
one night only, we're bringing you everything you need to know about this year's Cat Football Cup final.
We'll have interviews with the
Oh,
coaches,
I heard a
managers,
cat.
and even the
Oh.
star players. Quite sure how it's going to work, but I guess we'll find out.
Our roving team of reporters have been tucked away up and down the country to bring you live reactions and pre-match fever.
And, of course, at 9 we'll have all the action of the match itself, live, right here on Channel 1.
So don't go changing that channel. It's going to be perfect.
Nice
here
pun.
On Channel 1.
Nice pun. Okay.
I had to knock these titles together in a bit of a hurry, but I'm actually quite happy with how they turned out.
Okay. Oh. 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 Cat football cup. Oh god. Okay.
Welcome back. I'm delighted to be joined by the two coaches of tonight's cat football final. And I believe you're also the managers.
And the owners.
Yes.
And I would imagine most of the spectators.
Let's start with you. Felicity.
Snippety Whippet. Felicity Snippety Whippet. I am the manager, coach, owner, spiritual guide and muse for my team, the inimitable little Smallington Big Paws.
Ooh.
That's a name that gives you pause for thought.
Pause for... Bro, stop the
Big
puns.
Paws have legacy, unlike those so-called fluffers.
The Slingtown Fluffers applied their skills against superior teams than yours and always achieve proud ends. Tonight should be no different. Expect a tumescent trouncing.
Ooh.
Felicity.
Felicity.
As well you know, you putrid pink prat.
Oh, well, let's just take a moment to breathe. I can see we're both keen competitors, but let's try and keep a friendly catmosphere.
Catmosphere.
Of course, apologies.
Stop with the puns.
Montgomery Fortune, manager of the Fluffers, soon to be proud fondler of the Cat Football Cup. A man more sinned against than sinning.
The Big Paws will hold.
I want to see the cats. I want to see cat
season,
football already.
slowing
Stop
down
talking.
the finish line. You stand as much chance of winning
Oh
the
my
cup
God.
as Professor Tittles does of winning a beauty pageant.
You take that back. You know Professor Tiddles only sprouted that blemish because you tried to poison him.
You did what?
I would never ever harm a cat. They are divine, graceful, elegant. Everything you should strive.
There seems to be like an argument.
I performed in my best then you would beg to disagree. Besides, your centre forward has mange.
Oh, have you glanced at your team recently?
What?
They're more verbal than fancy footwork, and their teamwork is so chaotic it's like playing against dogs.
You take that back.
Oh.
Never. In fact, I'll go further. Your team is lazy, disorganized, and
Bro, what the?
You'd have done better to get them all spayed.
Well, we seem to be a whisker away from a fist fight here.
Oh.
Will you stop with the cat puns?
Oh, finally.
Concur. If we could all just calm down, please.
Can't stop meow. I've got too many of these.
So, both of you.
Yeah, stop the puns.
I have a question. Cats. They're pointless, really, aren't they?
What the?
They must have done the experiment on one of our competitor channels. Shame.
Oh wait,
Looking
they.
forward to taking a hammer to that bloody machine.
Wait, what the?
So, I was right. It turns out
Why is
when
it
I
the
turned
normal
down the Euphoria
plugs?
experiment for Channel 1, Channel 3 decided they'd make room. And the experiment went ahead as planned. Well, unless they have their own Alex Winston to press that red button, we may be stuck here forever.
I don't.
But assuming we're not, let's talk about next time round. I suppose if we're going to be stuck here, we may as well get to know each other.
Okay.
Start with me. Did you know that I like mushrooms? Also, things like the feel of dew on your face in the hills of the Cotswolds, or a brisk autumn morn.
Okay, whatever you're talking about.
Some of those I can kind of take or leave. Oh, here's another one. Did you know that I love the sound of smooth jazz?
Oh.
If you ask me, very little in this world can beat an afternoon alone with
Okay.
Listen, I have a question for you. Do you like the feeling when a man you don't know particularly well brushes against you in the corridor and suddenly you feel a stirring in the...
Oh, what the? Okay. Finally, the loop. Like, finally. Bosun's actual solution.
Goodness, you were starting to get a little strange there, Alex. Let's just
Was
move on.
I?
Less said the better. Full disclosure here, Winston. I may have gone a little overboard on this.
Oh, okay. Bosun's
I've
actual
told you 1,000 times, Chester.
It's the number of blind dates I've been on where no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm. The day my
Well, why is my machine covered up?
If you could just sit here, please.
Someone has covered up my machine.
Why is
You
it
there.
covered.
Really?
Why have you covered up my device?
Not me, mate. I do sound. I agree, though. It just feels wrong, doesn't it?
There's nothing suspicious. Bozeman just wants to do a big reveal. Perhaps Chester would like to.
Really? Can I?
So Bozeman's actual solution involves covering it. Okay.
Yes, Dr. Magnus.
Sorry, just a small change. We're going to do a big reveal.
Sorry, I'm late. Leaky gusset. Where do you want me?
Over there with Chester.
Okay.
Chester Mims, 24. My favourite odours are cinnamon, pine leaves, and of course, aging yoghurt.
Oh, okay.
Preferably 7 months old if possible.
You'll have to forgive Chester.
Gives it a good nose.
He takes
Okay.
personality advice from women's magazines.
We
Okay.
had a makeup artist that did that.
Really?
Okay.
So, who's opening?
Just trim it down for Megan.
I'm only joking. She's not dead. Probably just unemployed. Possibly homeless, I suppose.
10 seconds.
I mean, she could be dead.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Whatever you're talking about.
5,
Scare me.
4, 3.
Yeah, whatever the heck you're talking. Okay.
Good evening. It's March the 13th, 1985, and you join us for a National Nightly News special event. Dr. Charles Magnus and his tritely named team have been building a machine which they claim will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Sounds ludicrous to me. Megan?
Jeremy. Thanks, Jeremy. I am here with Chester Mims, Dr. Magnus's assistant.
Right-hand man.
Right-hand man. Oh.
Right-hand man. He calls me his right-hand man.
I do not!
He does, sometimes.
Well, Chester, without any further ado, let's unveil this euphoria device. I'm excited, actually. You excited, Chester?
Not really. I've seen the device before.
Okay, let's go for it, everybody. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Oh, for
You-
goodness sake,
You can't even do it. You can't even undo it. You can't even handle. You can't even handle it. You can't even.
Yes. Never mind. That was
Oh. Oh.
God, my eye!
You're.
My device! What's happening?
Oh, it broke.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what's happened.
Oh.
Well, it appears we'll be having a change of schedule here tonight on Channel 1.
Ooh.
Perhaps there's another experiment we can get up and running. We could see if badgers can flip pancakes or work out exactly how much stupid there is.
We're cancelling the experiment?
Of course not, Chester.
I didn't see how we can proceed.
It's fine. It's fine. We have another device.
They have
back
another.
At the laboratory in Chindlebrain.
Oh no, you don't have
I'm sure
another
Gerald
device,
is
do you?
watching this now, and,
Why would you have another
if
device?
If he does, he was expecting there might be some teething problems. He can just fire up that one and off we go. Gerald, if you're watching, we will fire it up now, please. Thank
Well,
you.
that is handy.
Wait.
That's annoying.
It appears the experiment will be proceeding anyway, if untelevised. So, here's hoping we all crack a smile sometime soon.
Oh.
Terrific.
Only takes a few seconds to charge up the new device, and then Gerald will just...
Oh, there we go. There we go. Wonderful.
Okay, this is starting to get irritating. I have tickets for Smiling Toots Johnson, for God's sake.
Okay.
I'll be damned if I'm going to miss it. So what have we learned? We can't cancel the show in any way, or they'll do it on another channel.
Oh.
Can't bring the device. They'll just
Wait a
use the
minute.
backup.
Different.
So, we can't nobble the machine. We'll have to nobble the show somehow.
Nobble the show. Did we did that one time?
Guard on the machine so it can't be used, or we can change up the hosts and see if we can break the show that way. Or, I suppose, we could let everyone know what's going on and see if we can stop it happening again. Which do you want to do, Winston?
Ooh, okay. Tell everyone. If you tell everyone, I'm pretty sure no one's gonna believe you, and people will think you're insane. So, you know what? I'm just gonna leave this video here because I want to come back for part 2 at some point later. I'll release that later.